Hello and welcome to Oulton Park International. Our race today is going to be a 25-minute race on the default date, starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon with a single weather slot of medium cloud, but we're starting on a wet circuit, so we'll be going from wet to dry in the course of our 25-minute race. We've got a standing start and no pit stops. Our opponents will be a multi-class race, a mixture of vintage touring cars tier 1 and 2. We've got 10 tier 1s, which are the Corvettes and the 2002s, and then we've got 17 of the tier 1s, which are the Lotus 23s and the Mini Coopers. We've got 27 cars on the grid because that's the maximum that Oulton Park will allow, on 120 skill level with high aggression. So that's our race setup. So, without further ado, let's get trackside and let's go racing. Big puddle. Very big puddle. Come on. Can't see very much. Some quite big puddles on some key apexes. You've got to be really careful. Oh, come on, mate. Put your boot in. annoying me, mate. No commitment. Kids these days, eh? Target, come on. Trying to avoid the outside of that puddle if I can. Lost the rear of the car a little bit on that left part of the chicane there, and it compromised my flick to the right. They're terrible in standing water, aren't they? They can't negotiate standing water at all. Track's drying quite a lot now, isn't it? Oh, that puddle. That's awful. Try and take a different line for that next time. For the first corner. Had a little bit of contact, haven't we, in this race? Got a good run out of there, didn't we? He's still there, isn't he? Until he got to the big puddle. So I've had it on normal fuel up to now, I'm sort of thinking, I don't know if I really needed it, but so I'm going to try knocking it back to lean, and we'll see how we get on with it on lean. But I suspect that we'll see lane slowly pull away. It's a bit better, but it still wasn't quite right, was it? Come on. Come on. So in my test races I did, when I was on lean fuel, I sort of needed like a middle ground between normal and lean, and it would have been perfect. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. We don't want to make it easy, do we? So this is still the wettest part of the track, isn't it? Yeah, so the AI just isn't really quite as balanced, it seems. They're sort of slow up to here, and then the rest of the lap they're sort of pretty much dynamite, really. Sort of broke even, haven't we? And on this lap, we're about where we were at the start of the lap, so we'll leave it on lean. We'll see how we get on. That was better. That was better. That wasn't. Yeah, this is why I needed the normal fuel, because here they're just so fast. Almost impossible to sort of defend as well. My own brother. My own brother. Expect a phone call after this, Daniel. And I suspect it will probably involve an apology from me for squeezing you on the inside. Right, let's wake that back up to normal because that was impossible. Right, see if we can catch him back up again. Yeah, sorry brother, I didn't mean to squeeze you on the inside there. Was a proper Code Brown moment, that one. Where is he going? Good news is though, you know, you go from wet to dry and, you know, the performance swing is not that great with these cars, which is great news. So, kind of suggesting that it's that transition between slicks to wets that's the problem. More than it is, you know, the AI's performance, if that makes sense, on the given tyre. They're very quick, aren't they? Even with normal, I haven't got the pace. I see the blue boards flashing, but there's no one within striking distance of us, so... That's it, you two. You get racing. Right, let's not get back to lean again. Now we're back in the race. We were. What's a Wally? Why did I do that? Aha, right, now we've got some cars coming up. Not that far behind either. Whoops. Turned in far too early. Please, please, please have that fixed in 1.6. Oh, that was a bit harsh. That was a bit harsh. Funny though. Oh, this has been a shocker, isn't it? Oh, that slow car message popped up quite late, but then I suppose it was a Lotus, so it couldn't have been that far ahead, could it? Could only have been 6, 7 seconds ahead. What a messy race. Right, what can we do here? We've got a run. We've got a really good run. We can use it to get down. Come on. Come on. I'm not keeping that. Put your foot down. Oh, I'm getting bored of being nice to these AI cars. I should just race like they do. Back here again. Going into the tyres then. Need to get this guy. I want to do it on lean fuel as well. We're losing touch, aren't we? We're losing this race. Needed that. It's not good enough. Are we close? Oh, we might. Don't think we are we? Balls. It's his. Bags. Still, well done though. I mean, he drove well, to be fair. So yeah, can't really complain, can I? And we did use, I say we, I did use normal fuel to get us to that position. So. Let's have a look at the lap times. So Matt Stone, Pete Dawson, right, Jim Lane. Oh yeah, because one of the Lotuses spun, didn't it, at the hairpin. Caused a right old ruckus. So 211.5, 211.4, 11.4, 11.77, 11.1. Whoa, 209. Hey. Oh, that must be. Yeah, sorry, that's the other Lotus. Okay, right. I was going to say, Christ, that's going some. And then we're in the 12s. Okay. Well, you know, that's pretty good going though. Still, I mean, I'm half tempted to go and do that race again, but at the same time, I also want to show you that not all races go to plan. So. Right, let's where was Dan? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dan was 5th for the minis. Yeah. Right, let's get into the replay, shall we? Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was certainly a fairly eventful race. I had a bit of everything in it. Quite scrappy. I certainly need to take my car to the local coachworks to have its front ends looked at, and I may or may not owe my brother a packet of biscuits and a cup of tea. I'll have to have a look at that. We'll look at that in a little while to see who owes who what. So before we get to that though, I've been very sceptical recently from my JCW experience of running mixed weather conditions, especially when you've got a track that's transitioning from dry to wet, or vice versa. But I never considered it with these cars being on an all-weather tyre that it would not be, that it wouldn't be any different. And so I'm really pleased to say that the transition from wet to dry here was pretty seamless, really. I wouldn't have known a difference. I mean, the AI and the player operate off of completely different physics models. The AI is much more simplified compared to the players, and really and truly, I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. I'm really quite impressed with how it handled that. So yeah, that's one massive bonus. It means that you can run, mixed weather conditions. You can have anything chucked at you. It doesn't matter now in these cars. In the JCW, not the same. As soon as you're running slicks on a wet circuit, then the AI is 9 times out of 10 the dominant car. You just can't do anything about it. But yeah, very pleased to report here, not the case. All weather tyres, certainly with the vintage tyres at least, absolutely spot on. No complaints there whatsoever. In fact, really pleased because it opens the window of what sort of races you can do. A little bit of contact there. That was yeah. They hit a puddle. That's the biggest thing. So if the AI here was awful negotiating standing water. Not sure why, but they would just basically lose all speed. They would lose the ability to use the throttle pedal. Very odd. And it happened a few times, and it caused us a number of issues. And I think one of the Lotuses as well also had a similar thing. But we'll have a look at that, and so we've got two things to look at. We've got to look at who owes who biscuits between me and my brother, and who's putting the kettle on, and what happened to that Lotus to make it spin on that corner. I think if we cover those two things, we'll be there or thereabouts. So yeah, right, let's get into those two things now and see exactly what happened. See you in a second. Right, so incident between myself and Daniel. We're going to ride with Dan's car, so I think that'll give us the best view. Forgive the controls visible at the top of the screen. I think that's me, isn't it? I think I owe him biscuits. Let's watch that at a slower pace. He doesn't. He's fairly. I mean, yeah, all right. He changes line to to widen his approach, but that's fine. Yeah, so he's widening his approach. That's absolutely fine. I've turned in. See how much the car moves at the back, and then yeah, he's got nowhere to go, has he? Look, I mean, he's over the white line. He's about to touch the grass, and I'm still there. I've got the steering wheel in the way, so I have to look over, like an old lady driving down to the shops. Yeah, that's on me, that, isn't it? There's no getting away from that. I owe him biscuits. Yeah. Good night. Normally, you end up in those tyres. That's unusual that I didn't. Right, let's watch that back in full speed from a decent angle, so we can all marvel in the terrible driving that was mine. That was so lucky. So lucky. That could have been so much worse. Yep. Daniel, I'm sorry. I'll get your car fixed for you. I'll make you the cup of tea. I'll get you some biscuits. Right, so next up, what happened to the Lotus? So here we are with the Lotuses. So the car that spins is number 52, which is Hardy. What happens here is at the head of the field. That's what he's just lost it, isn't he? That's bizarre. Right, let's get on board with him. Right, let's wind the clock back a bit. Wrong buttons. Helps if you use the right buttons. Right. What happened to him? That's bizarre. That's almost like a car failure, isn't it? Right, I wonder if we can... Right, I wonder if we can get a better view of that. Let's see if we can... Because it was his outside corner, wasn't it? What happens? What can we... That's so weird. It just snapped away, didn't it? Oh, hands. That's really weird. I don't think there was any contact there, was there? I'm pretty sure there was no contact there. Right. Let's come all the way around. No, he's literally just got on the throttle, hasn't he? And then spun it up. Oh, man. Poor guy. That sucks, doesn't it? Oh, dear. Well, anyway. So, and then we then come along. And it all gets a bit messy. Yeah. Messy. Oh well, that was eventful, wasn't it? Anyway, right, so, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a bit more eventful than normal, I would say. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Thank you for supporting, and until the next time, we'll see you later.